Hey, good Friday afternoon, everybody. Hope you all had a happy new year. 2019, who'd have thought, right? I'm Mark Dyer, and welcome to another segment of Friday Live in the Studio with that crazy artist guy. I'm here to promote my art and talk about my art. If you have any interest, please feel free to message me here or head over to my website at dyerfineart.com. Contact information is available there, and so is my work. How are you? And it's good to be here the first Friday of 2019. So let's jump right into it today. Somebody asked me about defining success as an artist. So this is my, yeah, right. So these are my own views and my own opinions, and this is personally how I define my own success. Probably a lot different than most people define success. Yes, please. So basically, I don't define my success financially. Our society doesn't value artists the way that they should, and so it's kind of difficult that artists, really good artists, can't even have some modicum of financial security. So really, for me, the financial success is not really success for me. Success is my ability to get past my work from yesterday. Have I pushed myself far enough to get past what I did yesterday? Have I learned something new? And that's always important to me, is learning something new, not only with the way that I handle my mediums, but also my intent of what it is that I'm trying to do. But really the most important thing for me is when I'm done with a piece, have I conveyed or communicated my original intent. So having social media and having Facebook has been really good for me to be able to do those things, having interactions and having someone engage me in conversation about my work, whether it be a painting or a writing or a sculpture, having someone reflect back to me those things that I put into, no, I haven't. So what those are the things that I define my success on. While I'd like to have some financial security, we all need financial security. I need it, to buy art supplies. Daddy needs new glasses, $400. It's crazy. So that's what I'm heading for right now. But if I can squeak along, I'm all right with that. Partly because I feel, and this, again, these are my own opinions, I feel that if you achieve too much financial success, it kind of feeds your belly, and then you don't maybe have that hunger and desire to move. Thank you. That hunger to keep exploring and to keep moving. And also it kind of really starts putting you into that groove of having to walk a tight wire of, I have financial success and people like what I'm doing right now, and so I have to stay on this path only, where, for me, my creative path always is, and one of my series was called, How Are You, Susan? So the idea of, this is a wild thought, let me try this. And so that's really where I'm at. How are you? So, so the idea of financial success kind of scares me at times. I need some financial security is what I need. But that's not what defines my success. I think for myself, every day I push myself, and that's really what I want to be successful in. So yeah. So then that kind of leads me into I've had a conversation with somebody about, was my family supportive, or are they supportive? Absolutely not. Definitely not financially, and definitely not emotionally. One sister was very, very supportive of me, and she's probably one of the catalysts for me becoming an artist. But as a whole, general, no, my family's not supportive. But I think that when you grow up with a non-supportive family, that really toughens your skin so that when you get out into the world, you're kind of prepared for what's going on. And so, you know, family is family, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, somebody asked me if my work reflects who I am and my personality, and it's absolutely 100% yeah. You know, my personality is definitely in my work. So really what I like to say is what you see is the outward symptom of the inward disease of my creativity. So I'm always kidding that I'm obsessed and possessed, and so it's kind of again, I kid that it's these paintings and sculptures and prints are just symptomatic of what's wrong with me. But it's definitely my personality. It's definitely who I am. Kind of color and shape is definitely my signature style, but it's really inside of my personality. These are the things that draw me everywhere. Excuse me. So then somebody asked me what it takes to be an artist. And again, I can only speak for myself and my own experiences. We all experience these things differently. I think one of the big things for me is that I've always had to be really vulnerable, as much as I don't like it, as much as there's times when I just want to put up the big shield. I think I still have to have that vulnerability in my work to really be successful. And I have to be a little naive about things, and as we go through things, during the course of the week on Facebook, everybody kind of sees that maybe that I'm a little naive at times, and that's all right. But I think part of that is because that comes with the curiosity of being creative and being an artist, and so I don't really consider myself a painter or a sculptor or a printmaker. I really consider myself a creative artist, and then all of those things are just the symptom of who I am. So that's part of being an artist for me. Also, years ago, my mentor and I had a conversation about if you're going to be an artist, then consider yourself an artist. Don't wait. Don't say I'm going to be an artist in a year, or when I finish this, I'll be an artist. You're an artist now. You have to start thinking like an artist. And so, as with any job, I think when you decide that that's what you want to do as a career path, then you have to start thinking that that's who you are immediately, and immerse yourself in those ideas. So for myself, I work with a deep passion, and whoever said, follow your passion and you won't work a day in your life was full of crap, because I follow my passion every day and I work my butt off, and I'm not complaining. I'm happy to do it. But it's still a job, and I think that's, a lot of times we don't look at art and artists as doing a job. Everybody thinks that, we sit around and think deep thoughts and are ethereal, and maybe smoke a little dope or drink a little bit, and then occasionally we get up and put some paint on a canvas. And that's not true, at least for myself. I work in cycles as I can. Not like I used to. I used to work really long, hard hours in the studio. Now I work really long hours during the day in the studio. But it's a job. But it is my passion. And so I know that that's what I want, and so I've committed to it. And so with that commitment, then I also have to value my... Thank you, Susan. Sorry. So what really happens is you have to know your trade-offs. And so I love big trucks. I'd love to have a shiny new truck sitting out in the driveway, but I'm an artist, and so I've really committed myself to what that means. And so while I don't enjoy the financial security that I want, that would take to have a big truck out in the driveway, not that I'd really want a big truck out in the driveway with the price of them nowadays, but it's that idea that I'm willing to give up that truck to do what it is that I do in the studio. And so to me, there's no question about it. I'd rather paint than drive that new truck. Kind of. I do need some financial security. Like I said, Daddy needs new glasses here. But so you really have to think about, yourself as what you are. You have to immerse yourself in that. Being creative, exploring, working with materials at hand. You're not going to be an artist when I'm able to afford. I think about the first easel I had. It was the little stick kind that then has wing nuts and that folds up, and it's about this big, wobbly, and I always wanted a big easel like I have here, or like the easels that I built here. Happy New Year, Brian. But I was still an artist back then. I still painted on this wobbly little easel. I was a kid. What did I know? But I used what I had available, and even the same with materials. I used whatever materials were available. If I didn't have oil paints and if I didn't have pastels, I used chalk. And so you don't wait until you have what you need. You make what you need into what you want to be. And so I think that for me is really important, that we not wait on anything. Yeah, well, it's really hard. Sorry, folks, I'm reading. So yeah, but for me, you know, I've always had that creative urge in me, and so I've always done things with my hands. But I think that's really important. If you're going to be an artist, then you have to really immerse yourself in being an artist. And again, this, you know, these are my own opinions and my own views. These are the things that I've done. But people have to then understand that with that, you know, I'm an artist, and so when you knock on my door, sometimes I won't answer the door because this is my job. This is what I do for a living. And so I have to focus. I would no sooner go to your place of employment and knock on your door and interrupt your day than you coming to my studio. And so we always have to think about those things. We always have to learn how to set those boundaries with not only with ourselves, but with those people around us. So it's really a cool life. It is a job. I work all the time. I'm constantly, you know, going. I wake up in the middle of the night. Even now, I'm finding myself kind of in an evolutionary stage. I know there's some things coming up. I can feel them. So I wake up at night and I draw little sketches of things that are coming to mind. So all of those things I know, you know, are part of being an artist. And you know, with myself, I feel that I finally matured after all of these years. You know, all my work prior to the last few years was kind of sophomore-ish. And so now I think I've really matured into the artist that I want to be. So with that being said, please check out my website, dyerfineart.com. Message me here. Hope you all have a good weekend. Happy New Year, and thank you so much for joining me today.